Well, I'm being told that we have Ross Fryhinkle from Newbridge Tonight on the line. He's the anchor of Newbridge Tonight. FMU, you're on the air.
Hi, is this Tim?
This is Tom, yes.
Oh, Tom, I'm sorry. Hey, it's Ross Fryhinkle.
Hey, Ross. Thanks for doing this.
Of course. It's a madhouse down here. I just stepped into an office, like a trailer here, where this is all going on, so I can get some peace and quiet.
Yeah,
it's a madhouse here.
You're over at the Newbridge Movie Premiere Pavilion.
That's correct, for the unveiling of the new film, Henry and Henrietta.
Which is a movie directed by Trent L. Strauss.
Absolutely, yes.
That's very exciting.
It's very exciting stuff, and I'll tell you one thing. While hot-headed former Newbridge Mayor Chauncey Davies would no doubt be furious it took some 50 years for a real-life Hollywood premiere to take place in the multi-million-dollar palace, I'm sure he would take great pleasure at what's going on here tonight.
Yeah. I mean, the Newbridge Movie Premiere Pavilion is, I guess, you could probably say it's a very controversial building.
Absolutely. It's been very controversial, Ron.
Tom,
sorry. It's no secret that the Movie Premiere Pavilion has sat unoccupied since it was built in 1952.
Yeah, well, and the town sinks so much money into that thing, guarding it and kind of keeping it on lockdown. It's just insane. It's like astronomical amounts of money are being spent on it. And my 2 cents is that that's money that could have gone to other things.
Sure.
And it's also a building that could have been used to generate, like to host other events and stuff.
Sure,
but
sure. I've heard that idea floated, yes.
Yeah, but it's never happened over at the Newbridge Movie Premiere Pavilion, and the city just hemorrhages money on the pavilion every year.
That's the word, but I'll tell you one thing.
What's that?
Mayor Davies' final words before his death in 1956 were, of course, that he would violently haunt whomever disobeyed his order that the pavilion only be used for gala movie premieres.
Yeah.
And I have it on good source that Mayor Ziegler, he's taking this haunt threat very seriously.
The threat that the former mayor had made.
Absolutely, yes.
That if the building was used to host anything other than a movie premiere,
violent haunting would ensue, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That said, the city has certainly tried to attract movie openings over the last 5 decades, but with zero results, of course.
That's true. Is there any that stand out?
Oh, well, the ones we tried to get?
Yeah.
Oh, Breaking Away, we didn't get.
Well, because there was the Bicentennial Man that was like the big one.
That was the closest call. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because the city would always be like wooing, like these press junket kind of wooing, trying to like lure a movie to actually premiere in Newbridge.
A lot of money sunk into those wooing ventures. Yes.
Yeah, and I just remember I think Bicentennial Man was the one that seemed like it was going to happen.
Very close.
Yeah, but then that didn't add up.
No, there was something that went down, of course.
Yeah.
That
was the thing with the bishop.
Absolutely, yes, Bishop Fontana.
Yeah.
He did the benediction at the wooing banquet.
Yeah.
And of course, he used the C word, which was not at all advisable and was deemed very inappropriate. And that kind of sunk the chances of Bicentennial Man actually premiering at the pavilion.
Yes.
A lot of people were very hurt by that.
It was I guess
quite unfortunate.
What you call it's a black eye on the city.
Absolutely. But you know what, Tim?
What, Tom?
Tom, that has all changed as of tonight.
Yeah.
Because this gala is 100 times more impressive than any royal wedding I've ever seen. And I'm not exaggerating one iota with this.
Now, again, we are joined by Ross Fryhinkle, who's the anchor and correspondent for Newbridge Tonight. Sorry,
Newbridge Tonight. Come on, show me some respect.
Yeah. Okay. You're from Newbridge Tonight, the entertainment magazine show. And you are at the premiere over at the Pavilion.
I am, yes.
For Henry and Henrietta.
That's correct. And I'll tell you one thing, Tom.
What's that?
The stars are out in full force.
Okay.
And they're sparkling.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you one thing.
What?
The star wattage these people are putting out could power the giant fun bulb in Newbridge Plaza for several hours.
Really?
I'm going on record as saying that.
Okay. The wattage of famous people who are out.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do you want to know who I've seen walk the red carpet so far?
I would love it.
Okay. Well, here's just a tiny handful. Dustin Hoffman. We saw Ronnie Howard.
Okay.
Freddie Roman, the Black Lips, who of course scored the film.
Yeah.
Sam Waterston, Todd Fancy, Dr. Gene Okerlund.
Okay.
Remember him?
Yeah, I think he was a wrestling guy, right?
Absolutely. He's still doing it. He's great.
But he's a doctor?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, yeah. Christina Hendricks.
Okay.
Chris Humphreys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took him aside. I took the big guy aside, and I said, hang in there, my man.
Okay.
You know what he said?
What?
It was like, duh, something. I couldn't really make it out.
Uh-huh.
Chumley and Big Hoss from Pawn Stars.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep. Richard Boehner.
The politician.
Yep. Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
The noseless guy from the Harry Potter films.
Okay.
I never get his name, though.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Well, as I said, that's just a baker's handful, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, let's talk the movie, okay?
Uh-huh.
Henry and Henrietta.
Yes.
Everyone is buzzing about this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a big deal.
It is, because it marks legendary horror director Trent L. Strauss's first foray into the world of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Big news, and the word is that this thing is going to be a blockbuster of Jaws-like proportions.
Yeah, I'm hearing pretty exciting advance on the movie.
Well, let me just tell your listeners, in case you haven't seen the billboards or the spots, I'll nutshell it for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's the story of twins, Henry and Henrietta. They're placed in different orphanages as toddlers, and they end up meeting about 45 years later on a blind date. And they're like oil and water. They hate each other on first sight.
Uh-huh.
But, of course, soon sparks fly, and they end up getting married, and problems arise, as you can imagine.
Yeah, well, it's a weird premise for a movie.
That's all I'm going to give everybody, because you got to see this thing.
Uh-huh.
And did I mention that Mr. Big, Chris Noth, plays both of the lead roles?
You did not. I knew he was playing Henry in the film.
He does both of them.
He does both of them.
He does, yes.
So that's him in the other side of that poster?
Yup.
Wow.
Yes.
You
probably think that's a great makeup job, right?
Uh-huh.
You're wrong.
What's that?
Well, Noth fully committed to the roles by taking this controversial new current pharmaceuticals drug called Chiclestra, and that transformed him into a woman. And then, of course, to get back, he had to take Manicillin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what he did so he could play both roles in Henry and Henrietta.
Exactly, and I'm not sure if you followed my reporting over the summer, but there was some bad stuff that happened as a result of that.
Of the chemical experiments he's doing.
Yes. He was arrested. I think around it was 13 times due to his chronic night stampings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So is he okay now though?
Well, he's okay, but those night stampings really damaged his rep for a while. You know, he would break into strangers' homes, take eggs out of their fridge, drop them on the kitchen floor, stamp them into a gooey mulch, and then smear the mulch into the faces of the homeowners' pets. Sick stuff.
That is sick stuff.
Yeah. Noth, of course, was cleared of all the charges when it was made obvious that the drugs had about a 65% factor in his behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they still think the other 35% was his own choice?
Who knows? Maybe some deep anger in there. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, people are hailing his performance as both Henry and Henrietta as a pure revelation. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to bet the farm on this, Tom.
Yeah.
He's going to win both Best Male and Female Oscars.
Really?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I got to say, I don't know how he would win Best Actress.
Well, he will. He's got to.
But
I think they'll make an exception because he's so good. And I'll tell you another thing. This thing has such heat that all the major studios are planning their own versions of this film.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So far, the ones I've seen in the trades are Marty and Martha,
Okay.
Sean and Shauna, Carl and Karen, Jude and Judy, Craig and Craigietta, and this one called Tom and the Ape Woman.
And what?
Yeah. Do you know of the documentarian Jeff Fierzig?
I do. Yes.
It's his first scripted film, and it's about a simian-like high school DJ and his way more attractive sister. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Jeff, and that's a little shocking and maybe a little upsetting also.
I don't know. He wrote it. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's very upsetting.
Well, you know what's not going to upset you?
What's that?
When I tell you about all the stars I've met tonight and who I've chatted with. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay.
Joan Collins looking sexier than ever. Dave Matthews.
Okay.
Kristen Bell. She, of course, plays Henry's girlfriend, Julie. And I'll tell you one thing.
What?
Kristen confided in me that she's a total nerd.
She what?
She said she's a total nerd.
She's
a real dork.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of actresses seem to do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't noticed. Kirsten Bell, Paul Rodriguez, Brian Williams is here.
Okay.
Yeah. Brian confided in me that he's a big movie fan. Yeah.
He confided in you.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I got the exclusive on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Pete Rose.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah. Charlie Hustle said that this is the first film that he's been to since Serpico.
Like it's the first time he's been out.
He's gone to a theater. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Kirsten Dunst.
Okay.
I had a real great one-on-one with her. I asked her if she still had fun making movies.
Yeah. And?
She said yes.
She said yes.
Still fun, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kristen Dunst.
Kristen Dunst.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Richard Hatch. Great guy, really funny.
From Survivor.
Yeah. Lex Frontier.
Who's that?
Lex Frontier?
I don't know who that is.
He's the whip maker to the stars.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes great whips. Danny Cooksey, of course, is here.
Who's that now?
Danny Cooksey?
Yeah.
Sam from Different Strokes.
Okay.
The little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I did run into my good friend Kevin Dillon. Oh, my God, what a great guy. I asked him where he's going to spend the holidays.
Yeah.
I got the exclusive on this, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
With his family in Iowa.
Okay, so he's spending the holidays with his family.
That's right. We'll get up with him later. I'll get some more from him. And co-star Rob Schneider. You know, he was his usual hilarious self. What a guy. He said that it was such a cut-up on the set that Strauss was fining him for every retake they had to do. Yeah. It was all in good fun, though, because all the money went to the Hippie Johnny Foundation.
What is that?
The Hippie Johnny Foundation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a charity?
Oh, yes, yeah. Helps kids make brake pads.
Okay, yeah, because there's a whole...
They're organic.
Yeah. So Rob Schneider was giving you the inside scoop on the making of the film.
That's correct, yeah. Rob is always such great fun to hang out with. We're practically brothers at this point.
You and Rob Schneider?
Oh, yeah. He invited me to go snorkeling with him in January.
That
should be a blast.
Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about getting some matching ink.
Matching ink, tattoos.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, probably like Bros for Life or something.
So you'll each get a Bros for Life tattoo?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, well, Tim.
Well, Tom.
They are about to start the flick, so I will check in with you in like an hour or so. How about that?
Yeah, I would love it. I'd love to get more of the inside scoop on everything that's going on at this big premiere of Henry and Henrietta taking place.
You got it.
Oh, okay. You're kind of rushing me off the phone. I was over at the Newbridge Movie Premiere Pavilion.
That's right.
And we'll talk to you later, Ross.
Sounds great.
Ross Fryhinkle from
All right.
Newbridge
I'll talk to you later,
Tonight.
Ben.
Tom. Okay. Ross Fryhinkle checking in. That's exciting. FMU, you're on the air.
Here he comes. Rob! Rob, over here! Rob! What's he say to me? What did he say? That little twerp think he is.
Ross?
Hey, is this Tom?
It is.
Hey, it's Ross.
Hey, it's very exciting. We got Ross Fryhinkle from Newbridge Tonight, the anchor. You're down at the over at the pavilion, the Newbridge movie premiere pavilion.
Talk to me like that.
What's that?
I'm talking to my audio guy, Craig.
Uh-huh. What's going on over there?
Oh, well, oh boy. Rob Schneider was coming out of the theater.
Because you were down over at the pavilion, the Newbridge movie premiere pavilion, covering the premiere of Henry and Henrietta.
Yeah.
So what just happened? But you said little...
Rob Schneider, of course, who's a co-star in the film, he was coming out of the theater and midway through, and I guess he was on his way to do an interview with another station, and I asked him to speak with me on the air with you right now, and he waved me off, and he said, only one a night, Ross, you know better than that. Like I was some little kid or something.
Wow, because you got him before.
Yeah, I thought we were total bros. We were talking about getting inked up.
Uh-huh. And then now he kind of...
Treated me like a piece of garbage.
Yeah, he blew you off.
Regret this big time.
What's that?
Going to regret this big time.
He's going to regret this big time?
It's the last time I lie about loving his work.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Hot chick. Got to be kidding my ass.
Okay, well...
Damn grunt.
What's that?
Stab him in the face next time I see him.
Hey, you know...
Grind him and his family into dust.
Easy, Ross. Easy.
Hey, but I can't let one bad apple mess this up, right?
No, you're down there. You said it's star-studded.
It's incredible down here, Tim.
Yeah, well, let's focus, Tom, but let's focus on that.
Okay, well, you are not going to believe the food that they got here at this thing.
Uh-huh.
The after party is catered by Mr. Lavender of Newbridge.
Okay, wow.
Very exquisite stuff, and it features a red velvet cake made into an amalgam of both Henry and Henrietta.
Yes, because the movie is Henry and Henrietta, and it's for people getting up to speed, Ross is down at the premiere, and it's a Trent L. Strauss movie starring Chris Noth. It's a comedy.
A delightful comedy.
Is it really funny?
It's great.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And Chris Noth plays both parts.
He does, Henry and Henrietta, and it's the role of a lifetime.
Uh-huh.
He's a fabulous actor. Speaking of fabulous actors...
Yeah?
And also food...
Yeah?
I had the great pleasure of asking American film royalty Al Pacino what his favorite dessert was.
Okay.
You'll never guess what he said.
What?
Oatmeal cookies.
That's what you asked Al Pacino? Like what
I
his
did,
favorite
yes,
cookie is?
Yeah, why?
Okay, I mean, it just...
Well, it certainly isn't the answer you expected. I would have expected, like, fudge or something.
Uh-huh.
Something fudge-related.
Yeah, okay, but you got Al Pacino there, and you're asking him about his favorite cookie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He said to catch up with him later on tonight, and he'd give me the recipe for his dear mama's oatmeal cookies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. A lot of other great stars here.
Okay, like who else?
Pamela Sue Martin.
Wow.
Lonnie Anderson.
Uh-huh.
She said that she still keeps in touch with Gary, Sandy, and Jan Smithers.
From WKRP.
That's right, yeah.
What else did she have to say?
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I asked her how everything else was, and she says good. Very excited to be here tonight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Al Unser, the great race car driver, and
right.
he told me point blank that he still likes to drive.
He told you point blank.
He did, yeah. He didn't pull any punches with that.
Uh-huh.
Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy told me that he said he hopes one day to make more mainstream films.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, these are not exactly scoops, Ross.
Sure they are.
I mean, okay.
Okay, well, here's one for you.
Uh-huh.
I had a one-on-one with Pink Floyd drummer Nick Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what he told me?
What's that?
He said he hopes one day that he can get back together with Roger Waters and do The Wall sometime.
Oh, I mean, but that's not much of a shocker, is it?
I haven't heard him say it to anyone else. It was kind of a exclusive for me, right?
Okay. I mean, I think I've heard him say that in...
I've never heard him say anything like that. I've known him for years. Mm-hmm. They were practically best friends.
You and Nick Mason.
Oh, yeah. Bruce Dern was here.
Really?
Yeah, I got news for you.
Yeah?
He's very proud of his very talented daughter.
I mean, these are the... I mean, Ross, I know you're covering entertainment. You know?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
You're over at Newbridge Tonight.
Yep.
It's not like hard news.
It's hard entertainment news.
But I gotta say, these are limp questions and answers, even by like entertainment standards.
No, they're not. Okay, well, I can't tell you this one. I'd love to, though. I spoke to Jackie the Joke Man Martling on his way in, and he told me a joke that I couldn't possibly retell on the air. But that's, if I could tell that one, that would be pretty hard hitting. Mm-hmm. It's very filthy.
So he told you a dirty joke.
He did. Doc McGee, he was here.
The former manager of was like Bon Jovi,
Motley Crue. He still manages Kiss, though, and I asked him point blank. I said, "Is this Gene Simmons Shannon Tweed marriage a sham or what?"
Mm-hmm. And what was his answer?
No. But they're in love. Yeah.
But these questions are these are not good.
Well, let me keep rolling. Dino Sex, do you know of him?
Sure,
he was here.
The drummer from the Murder Junkies.
Absolutely, yeah. And he said we had a real heart-to-heart on that one. He said he really misses G.G. Allen, and of course G.G. Allen passed on several years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he still misses him.
Yeah.
That was the scoop you got.
Yep. Art Garfunkel.
Uh-huh.
Very buff now. Have you seen pictures of him lately?
No.
Working out. Very, very big guy.
Okay.
Yeah, still loves to sing.
That's what he told you.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So you have Art Garfunkel coming, this guy who has been a part of music history.
Legendary musician, singer, one of the best singers out there.
Yeah. And just let's go through the step. He's coming down the carpet.
Art!
Yeah. He comes over, and then what do you say?
Hey, Art, Ross Fryhinkle.
Yeah.
Newbridge Tonight. You're looking great, my friend. Look at you.
Okay, and he goes, thank you.
And I say, you are a true American musical treasure.
Mm-hmm. And what does he say?
And I say, does singing ever get boring for you? Like, what do you do when that happens? And he looks me right in the eye and says, point blank, I still love it. I really do. I have a new record coming out. I'm very excited about it.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Art. And I move on. It's a Phil towel.
But it just sounds like a waste of something that could be an interesting conversation.
Okay, well, here's what was interesting.
Uh-huh.
I just mentioned Phil Towle, Dr. Phil Towle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy from the Metallica documentary.
Some kind of monster, yeah. He's a motivational guy who gets them going. And I said, hey, I'm having some troubles. I'm a little anxious, got some anxiety happening. And he took me aside and he said, Ross, this is exactly what I told Lars and the boys. Just go deep. Go deep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going deep.
So that's what this is, you going deep?
Yeah.
So these are the deep questions.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of high wattage music stars,
yeah,
I ran into rocker John Mellencamp on the red carpet.
Okay.
I asked him point blank, I said, hey, would you like to write music for a future Trent L. Strauss film?
Mm-hmm.
He looked me right in the eye and he said, Ross, I sure would. It would be an honor.
And then what happened?
Then he walked off.
Oh, I gotta just say, Ross, these are a total.
Okay, well, guess what Dane Cook had to say?
Okay, what did you ask Dane Cook?
Well, of course, I looked him right in the eye.
Uh-huh.
So he couldn't walk away, and I said, do you think that Chris Nose has the comedy chops to pull off a role like this?
Uh-huh.
And he stopped in his tracks and he said, I wasn't at first, but now I am.
Yeah, but that's what he would say.
What do you mean?
It's just hot air.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
Okay. All right, you ready for some LBs? Some lid blowers?
Okay, yeah, let's
you strapped in?
Yeah, I am strapped in.
Okay. I had a great talk with Trent L. Strauss, the man himself.
Okay, wow, the director of Henry and Henrietta.
This guy's an artist. He's a deep thinker. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, I was fortunate enough to attend an advanced screening of Henry and Henrietta. And all I can say is, wow.
Okay.
W-O-W. Mm-hmm. If you thought this guy was only about tool belt killings, ice pick gougings, and exsanguinations, well, you better think twice, Buster.
Okay.
That said, spoiler alert, there is one exsanguination in Henry and Henrietta.
But it's a comedy.
Exactly, yeah. But it's one scene where it needs to happen. And I'll tell you one thing, Fangoria Jr. Is calling it positively stomach-turning. Sick stuff.
Wow, okay. I thought it was a comedy.
Well, it is, except for that one moment. Strauss gave me two huge exclusives. Mm-hmm. One is that he's in the early stages of writing his first political thriller.
Okay.
The title of which I'm the first to reveal.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Well, this is exciting, yes. What is it?
Okay. The film is called I Got All This Stuff Twirling Around in My Head.
Uh-huh.
And it's the warts and all story of our next president, Herman Cain.
What is it called?
It's called I Got All This Stuff Twirling Around in My Head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he just said that with the meltdown he had.
Yeah, that's going to be his ask not what you can do for your country.
When he couldn't answer a question about Libya.
Oh, he was thinking.
He just said, I got all this stuff twirling around in my head.
Yeah, he has more of it than any of us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's actually in talks with Cain to star in it himself. Cain will star as himself.
Herman Cain's going to play himself in this biopic.
Yeah, you've heard him sing, right?
Yes.
This guy's a real deal.
Uh-huh. Well,
yeah.
So it's going to be Herman Cain as Herman Cain.
Exactly, yeah.
Acting and singing.
Yep.
Through the movie.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that he to do something like this, it seems like he would have to make some gesture towards ending his campaign.
Oh no, he'll be president by then.
Well, he can't do it and be president at the same time.
Sure, he can. Well, you've seen the film President Baseball, right? There's a precedent for it.
Yeah, but that was not a documentary.
Sure, it was, wasn't it?
Well, no, it wasn't a documentary. And while this isn't a documentary, it still can't star the actual president.
Sure, it can.
It can't.
Oh, he can do it. Believe me.
You think he can do it?
Oh, and he can do the other film too.
What's that?
Well, Cain's already set to shoot the long-anticipated J&H Productions film that Junebug director Phil Morrison's been working on for years.
What is that?
J&H Productions?
Yeah.
You don't remember that tape that circulated?
Oh yeah, the cassette of the guy doing the what was he doing? Like he was
putting on the best shows ever been gave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a movie that's being made.
It's going to be a feature film, yeah.
Directed by Phil Morrison.
Yes, from Junebug.
The guy who directed Junebug.
Absolutely,
He's
yeah.
now doing a thing based on a found audio.
Exactly, yeah. But I'll tell you, we'll get an on-air interview with the master himself in the next segment, okay? And I'll tell you, Tom, we really hit it off.
Who?
Me and Strauss.
Oh, you and Strauss.
To the point where he was really going on about my perfect diction.
Uh-huh.
And don't be surprised if you recognize yours truly's voice as the narrator when I Got All This Stuff Twirling Around My Head hits theaters next fall. Okay? You heard it here first.
That you're going to be the voice. You're going to be the voice of what?
The narrator of the flick.
Well, that's just I mean, you don't think that that's a little bit of a conflict of interest?
Not at all.
That you're covering this event? And then
you've seen like Larry King in a couple films over the years, just a couple.
Yeah, but he's playing himself. He's not narrating the movies.
Oh, well, now you're splitting hairs.
Uh-huh. Well.
Yeah. Are you ready for the big news? This is the biggest news you're going to hear this year.
Sure, I'm ready.
Trent L. Strauss will begin shooting the biggest picture of his career in February.
Okay, and what is that going to be?
Rock and Roll Death March.
What is Rock and Roll Death March?
Well, it's the story of the Mother 13 Mount Everest expedition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, heavy stuff, right?
Yeah, that was the thing where he
was on it.
Yeah. He was filming this movie. He was documenting this, making a movie of this rock event.
Yeah.
Where Mother 13 was this band trying to play the top of Mount Everest.
Exactly, yeah. It's obviously a story that's very close to his heart. As I said, he was on the expedition, and he was feared lost for about a year before he resurfaced working in the DVD section of a Kathmandu Best Buy and suffering from quadruple amnesia.
So that is it's the story of him or the story of Mother 13?
Well, he's in it, of course, his character, because his character played a very important role. But I'll tell you one thing: the cast that's in place for this thing is going to knock your socks out.
For the Mother 13 Rock and Roll Death March.
Yep.
Oh, who's in it?
Well, this is exclusive. Okay, you were putting me down earlier for having like softball questions. This is the big stuff. Brad Pitt has signed on to play Corey Harris.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Cameron Diaz is going to play his wife, Sheila Larson.
That's intriguing.
Their incorrigible son, Skystalker?
Yeah.
Rico Rodriguez.
That's the kid from Modern Family.
You got it, yeah. Meryl Streep is on board to play Corey's mother, Pam.
Uh-huh.
And Helen Mirren will play Corey's grandmother, Winifred.
Wow, this really is a who's who.
It is. And Marlene Matlin, America's only deaf actress, is going to play Nurse Joyce Miller, the woman who brought Harris back from the brink of death.
Okay.
Yep. And here's the big one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Herman Cain is going to play B.B. King, who, of course, died tragically on the expedition while in a blues igloo.
Yeah, they had to bury him in a blues igloo.
That's right. And Travis Barker will play himself.
So, but Herman Cain is doing a lot of movies, apparently.
He's got the acting bug. He's been bitten.
Yeah, well, I thought he wanted to be president.
He will be. You heard it here first. He will be.
Oh, I heard it here first.
That's right. And like I said, I will get...
So you're a fan of his?
Oh, absolutely. He's the best, yes.
Well, what did you think of that interview from the other day?
Oh, I thought it was great. He showed he's like everybody else, you know? He stumbles sometimes. We all do.
Yeah, we all do, but we all don't want to be president.
Well, he can't help it if a lot of women come up to his chin like his wife. It's something you want to point out to someone.
Okay, look. We disagree on that.
Well, here's what we're going to agree on.
What's that?
Next segment, I'm back with exclusives with Al Pacino, Strauss, and I will get Schneider back on here, okay?
Rob Schneider.
Exactly, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right, Britt, I'll talk to you later.
Tom.
Next hour. Bye.
This is exciting. Okay. Well, how about that? Ross Fryhinkle from Newbridge Tonight checking in. Giving us the scoop over at the premiere for Henry and Henrietta. FMU, you're on the air.
Al, Trent, over here. Guys. What did you see that?
Ross?
Those butt munchers, they just walked past. Hey, is this Tom?
It is.
Hey.
How are things going there?
Pretty livid.
You're pretty livid?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Well, I was just trying to get those follow-ups with Trent L. Strauss and Al Pacino, and just kept walking. I was screaming at them. It's like you get one a night, and that's it.
Well, that might be part of why you should make those ones count. But
he's coked up. He's coked up, right?
Who?
Pacino.
Well, you can't say that.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Yeah, that Strauss guy can bite me into the early morning daylight.
Why, he ignored you?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Did you just see that? Steve, did you see that? Kevin Dillon just flipped me off.
Why?
I wanted to get a follow-up. I wanted to get him on the air with you.
Yeah,
Said I get one a night. Great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Guy's dead.
What's that?
Hope he has his will written out.
Who?
Kevin Dillon.
Why?
He's coming home from this premiere in a body bag.
That's terrible.
What? He is. Stomp him into dust.
What?
I'll stomp him into dust.
I don't like this at all.
I will, yeah.
Ross, I don't like
I'll
this.
I'll tell you. These GD stars, man,
Yeah.
I think they can do whatever they want and get away with it.
Uh-huh.
No, it should be me in those movies.
What's that?
It should be me in those movies.
You?
I'm just as good as any of those guys.
Well, I didn't know you wanted to be an actor.
I should be, I'm good. It should be me doing the Emerald Nightmare off Katy Perry's inner thigh, not those guys.
Okay, look, that's your... I don't have to say to that, Ross. I mean, you're at this movie premiere trying to cover it and get interviews, and you're trying to get the story, and you're only getting one question, and you're asking... The questions are a little soft, and... I mean, what else?
Yeah, you have the soft questions to get in the big ones. I'll tell you right now, it should be me having mouth fun with Vincent D'Onofrio and Melanie Hutzel, not those guys.
I'm not that. I'm gonna just let that one. I'm gonna let coast.
Okay. I can't let this get me down, though, right?
Well, no. I mean, you're there to do a job.
I am. And you know who I talked to?
Who?
Terry Bradshaw.
Really?
He had something very interesting to say about Chris Noth's performance.
Mm-hmm.
Said he showed a real athleticism in some of those scenes, and he'd love to toss the old pigskin around with him sometimes.
Well, but again, that's the kind of thing people say coming out of a movie premiere.
Well, hey, while we're on the subject of Gridiron Legends,
yeah,
it was great to see Coach Joe Paterno in Newbridge tonight.
Joe Paterno?
Yeah, Joe Pa's here.
Really?
Oh yes, yeah.
Well, I hope you as a reporter did the right thing.
Of course I did. I'm a professional journalist.
Yeah.
I asked him what had to be asked.
Well, what? How did that go?
Well, first of all, I asked him if he's a fan of Noth's, and he said he loved his work on Law and Order. He said he wasn't too familiar with Sex and the City, though.
So that's what you asked him?
No, it wasn't all I asked him. Like I said, I'm a professional journalist.
Okay, all right. Well, let's hear it.
I asked him the $20,000 question.
What did he say?
Well, I asked him if he could taste the difference between popcorn popped in coconut oil versus popcorn popped in canola oil.
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
No. First of all, I can't believe you actually talked to Joe Paterno.
I did, yeah.
And then this is what you did with him?
Yeah. And he had a very interesting answer.
What was it?
Well, his first answer was, I don't think I can, no. And I'll be honest, I really pushed him on this, Tom. I pushed him hard.
You pushed him hard?
Yeah, and he looked me in the eye and he said, Ross, I think I can tell the difference.
And then what happened?
And then he walked off.
Yeah. So you didn't ask him anything about all the stuff that's going on?
With what?
With what? Well, what at Penn State?
Oh, yeah. I think they lost the other day. Hey, moving on.
No, wait. You don't know any of the stuff that's going on, the whole scandal?
Not really, no. What's happening?
I'm not going to go into it, but
okay.
so you're just going to brush past it.
Let's move on then, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ryan Gosling was in fine form tonight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I asked him if he'd like to work with Trent L. Strauss, he had a very surprising answer.
What was it?
He said he would.
He would, yeah. There's a real
It's surprising because he's never really been in a horror film before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, here he comes now. Ryan, do you have a second? Oh, Pud blew me off. You see that? Oh, he's going to be grounded into dust also. I want to thresh that guy. You know who was nice? Alec Baldwin.
Uh-huh.
Gracious as always.
Uh-huh.
He had something remarkable to say about Tina Fey in 30 Rock.
Let me guess.
He
loves working with her.
Says she's a genius, yeah.
Yeah, and he's what, is he excited about the upcoming season?
Very excited, yes, and said the show's still a blast to do.
Yeah. This is so boring.
What?
these answers are just, no offense, or maybe I do mean to offend you. You're asking just garbagey questions, and you're getting garbagey answers.
What? Oh, my God. Here comes the luminous Courtney Love. Courtney! Oh, my God, what a vision she is tonight. You know, she and I had the best time snowboarding at Sundance last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we laughed. Courtney! Act like she didn't even know my ass. Did you see that? Steve, did you see that? Biatch. I went out and got her 2 pounds of Now and Laters at 3 a.m. last year. This is the thanks I get? I'm livid, Greg.
Tom,
sorry.
Yeah.
Pizza face.
Wait, what? What did you just call me?
Well, I didn't call you a damn pizza face.
A pizza face?
Yeah, I can hear the oil dripping off your face when you talk. It's sick.
I'm okay. Look, I'm not a pizza face, and if I was, who would care?
I would.
You would. Okay.
You'd never get camera time with me.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't get any camera time because I gotta say, I'm more than a little thrown. I'm a little more. It's just like this is just a waste of my time. It's like I'm so disappointed.
Why? What?
It's like you haven't gotten any of these people on the air.
Well, I did talk to them.
Yeah, well, and you're asking them just horribly bland questions.
Okay, well, you said that. What else are you upset about?
I guess the big one would be that you've talked about Chris Noth all night,
right?
And then this guy's the star of the movie, and these guys work the press line like crazy when they're and you haven't said word one about him or gotten him on the show or anything.
Oh, we don't need to talk to him. He's gotten too much exposure already. He's overexposed.
Well, he's the star of the movie.
No, he's overexposed. Yeah.
Well,
what's that, Steve? I'm sorry. My producer Steve is talking to me through my earpiece.
Mm-hmm.
No, we've got enough. Don't worry, we've got enough.
Well, what is Steve saying?
We should wrap it. He wants me to get Chris on also, and I told him that we don't need it. We should just wrap up right now.
Why are you giving Chris Noth the brush off like this? Seems like. I mean, it's like is there some? It almost seems like there's some kind of like resistance on your end.
What do you think? Like we have history or something?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, well, maybe we do. Maybe we do.
Well, do you?
Yes.
What is your history with Chris Noth?
Look, he and I had this run-in on a rafting trip last year.
Mm-hmm.
Our raft was too heavy, and I brought a bunch of pantsuits on the trip, and maybe too many. I don't know. You want to be covered in case you need a dry pantsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, our raft was too heavy, and I pushed him overboard into the rapids, and he claimed he almost died. So he's got a little. He's upset with me.
So you pushed him overboard?
Well, I lightened our load.
By shoving another human out of the raft.
Well, I thought he could swim well, and it turns out that he really couldn't. But
Mm-hmm.
That's not my problem. And oh, geez. Anyway, I see him. He's walking over here. He spotted me.
Uh-huh.
And he's with Pierre.
Uh-huh. Well, can we talk to him?
You can. I'm not. Oh, geez.
Uh-huh.
Well, Pierre, of course, is the whip maker to the stars.
Uh-huh.
And he also has a major whip to grind with me.
Why is that?
Well, I didn't pay him for my last 3 whips.
Okay.
Oh, and he's got a laser whip. Great. Hey, guys, we're cool, right? Guys, come on. What?
What is that? Ross? That laser whip sounded terrifying.